Hello and welcome to the Sunday energy reading. Hello, how are you? We're doing good today. We're doing so much better. I'm trying to look for a cozy background music for today's session. I think last week was a really heavy week for me.
For any reason,
mentally.
any style.
There was a lot of layers that were shredded. They needed to be shredded. But we're good now. How are you? Luna? So today we're gonna do our weekly, what we're gonna do every Sunday. It's a live energy reading and goal setting intention. So we are going to do a quick visualization exercise. After that, we're going to reflect about the week that passed. We're going to read then the energy for the next week to come so we can know what to expect and how to, I see it more as a tool that the guardians or guide angels are gonna give us for whatever the week has prepared for us, but we still need to be able to come back every week and be intentional. So we're gonna set our goals for the week so that way we can make sure that the week doesn't repeat. Like usually you are living in survival, like you just wake up and let's survive this day, but you are not living your days intentionally. You don't have goals or anything like that. Good morning, Sarah. Hi. Hola, mi nombre es Luani. Espero que lo haya dicho bien. Luani. Where are you from? I am from Puerto Rico, but I live in Florida. Coffee. Even though I'm a health and wellness coach and I preach to drink your water. What? We have a first card. Let's see. Death. I think at first it sounded scary, but now I'm like, okay, it makes sense. It makes sense, especially for me this week. No, Luna, ya. This week was a very, I think it was a new moon as well, so it makes sense. This week was a very transformative week for me. I had to shred so much layers. I had so many breakthroughs. I spent the entire week shaking like this because I was going through something mentally and emotionally that was like way too much. I think I had so much stuck inside me. We are beings with emotions, and emotions are energy. So when you are feeling all these things inside of you and you don't share them, like I was not sharing what was going on, not even with my best friends. And I kept all of that for over a year. And instead of the situation I was living down and getting better, it was escalating and escalating and escalating. So my emotions and everything that I was feeling was keep escalating. And during the month of July, I decided to do a 30-day challenge where I was gonna work not just the physical, eating healthy again, working out and all that stuff, but I was working with my mind. I was allowing myself to feel any emotions because sometimes you're scared to admit things. You are scared to feel things. You are scared to allow yourself to cry for a person that has hurt you. Like, I'm not gonna cry because of this person. I'm not gonna allow myself to miss him because he doesn't deserve it. But we need to take that shit out out of our body. That energy gets stuck in our body. So this week was transformational for me in the sense that I allow myself to cry, I allow myself to miss and to like feel. What's the etiquette of rubbing one under the table? So anyways, this is why this week I feel like this first card was so like heck and bob yeah, because I literally have to let go of a part of me. I had to like literally kill it to move on and be myself again or achieve my goals. And it's funny because I call it, like I declare at the beginning of every year, I call it a name. 333 right now in my screen. Hello angels. So at the beginning of the year, I declared that 2025 was gonna be that year. Okay, so 2024 was my best year yet, but 2025 was gonna be that year when everything was gonna change for me, my life, my career, and a lot of things. I knew something needed to change. And I think that what happened in July made that happen. So I had to let go of the old me. I needed to let go of what I thought my life was gonna be here in the United States and go with what it's really meant for me. I've been grieving the loss of my relationship, the loss of the life I needed to have. So anyway, this is the moss. So I'm gonna go real quick to the book and read it for you. I think that's a moss. Let's see. HJKLMO. Like that. Moth. I'm sorry, it's a moth. I'm supposed to have glasses, so I apologize if my reading is not that amazing, but the word death may at first cause you discomfort, which if you saw my face, you would know that I did like this when I saw death. But in the natural world, death is an essential part of rebirth. Did I just tell you that? New growth and sustaining life. While you may choose to view the card as a representation of physical death, understand that it also signals symbolic death. The card may mean the end of a journey, the end of a relationship, or the end of an attachment. I was attached to the life I was supposed to be living here in Florida. It may also represent the end of one path and movement to the next. Didn't I just tell you that? So while the moth is known a creature of shadow and night, we must remember that it is always seeking out the light. Leaves may fall and rot in the earth, but their decay feeds new growth. This card may symbol hope and happiness in the face of life-changing events or endings, or a new beginning after a life-changing event. The moth card may be urging you to let go of old thoughts, traumas, and anxieties that stagnate your mind. It's funny that I read this because whatever has been going on with me, one of the things that I noticed is that it's been triggering a lot of past trauma. So it's funny that I'm reading this. I said it and I will keep saying it during this week. I think the reason I spent my entire week like this, shaking. I was like in a chronic, what, mommy? I was having chronic anxiety, and it's because it was triggering me because of past trauma. So, dime. Chanel, ayuda a Luna porque estoy trabajando. Or to cut bad habits from your life that may be holding you back from real change. Shadow reading. A change its way on its way whether we like it or not. Perhaps we are not prepared. Looking forward and toward the future can be scary and unnerving, especially when we are unsure of the route we must take. That's the second thing I've been struggling with this week. Uncertainty. Because my life is changing and I am alone in a state. I'm new in this state, so I'm alone, and I've been struggling with uncertainty. Like what's gonna happen to us? You know, I had my partner, but now he's not gonna be part of my life anymore. So yeah. The moth might fly too close to a flame and burn. A life-changing event may be on its way. So the element of this is air and spirit. The flora is alder, bluebell, cypress, elder, and willow. The stones is chiastolite, amethyst, and hyalite. Spell work. Samhain ritual. Funeral blessings and ancestors' work. Speaking to those beyond the veil. Blessing a new beginning after a big life change. Dealing with grief. Didn't I mention that I was grieving my old life? So if you're here, maybe it's not a coincidence and you needed to hear this. Instinct. So, now that we read the energy, if you guys want me to read one for you, I can do one reading for somebody. Love. But if not, I'm gonna go ahead with the visualization exercise. So that way we can reflect about this week that just passed, and then set the intention for the one that's gonna come. Okay, so nobody wants the reading. Let's put the cards away. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. Every time I go Barnes & Noble, I stop by the deck side. Stunning. So I have this little workbook that I did for my weekly reflection. I have it for free. But if not, you can grab a journal and answer the questions that I'm just gonna have. I lost my pen. Where's my pen? Probably my toddler got it. Yes, she did. All right. So energy reading and intentional. So the first thing is to read the cards. I give you a page where you can like reflect and write whatever comes to your mind on the energy reading. So you could, like right now, according to the card I read, whatever it came to you or you feel, whatever message you thought it was for you, you can go ahead and write it on a regular piece of paper. And then the second will be the breath and visualization moment. So before I start like reflecting on the week that passed, I like to like settle my my system down, and get into the moment, because we all day like struggling with our daily stuff and stuff like that, and our mind is not clear to like really be honest with ourselves and really see what's going on. So let me ignoring my toddler in the background. Let's take a few deep breaths. Exhale through the nose, inhale through the nose, and exhale through your mouth. What we want to do is start to relax our face. You might not notice, but your forehead is like tight. You're squeezing your jaw too hard. Shoulders are not relaxed. Back is not relaxed. So if you want, you can like shake your body, your shoulders, move your head, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And now I want you to visualize yourself on the next Sunday. And I want you to use your 5 senses. I want you to allow yourself to see every little detail of where you are right now. If that is in a room, even the wall decor, pay attention to everything. How does it smell? What do you feel? If you're outside, this could be the air, the heat from the summer. If you're inside of a place, the cold of the place, if it has AC. What can you touch and how does that feel? What can you hear? How do you feel? Is that the place you actually want to be? Or you just visualizing yourself there because of a situation you're in, you believe that's where you're going to be and that's not where you want to be? If that's the place you want to be, you're going to ask yourself, what can I do this week to be there? And if it's not a place you want to be and that's the place you're like, I don't want this, then ask yourself, what do I need to do this week to not be here? Don't judge your thoughts. Don't judge your feelings. See it as it is. Now take a few deep breaths. In with peace, love, clarity, focus, intention. And out with anything that you've been feeling that is not helping you. Stress, pain, grief, anxiety, sadness, heartbreak. In with the love, out with the pain. One more inhale. Exhale. So now we're gonna go with the last week reflection. Yeah, I'm okay. If you see in the live stream, we're doing a week intention setting. A moment that, let me turn this down now. So what is a moment that I really appreciated this past week? Whew. Last week was a really hard week for me, so I don't know what I appreciate about last week. I think all the breakthroughs. The breakthroughs. Realizations that I had. And messages. So we are doing a visualization. We just finished the visualization exercise. We did read the energy of the week. We used the Wild Mystic cards. And now based on the energy of the week and the message we got and our visualization, now we are reflecting on the week that passed. And after we finish with the reflection of the week that passed, we're going to move on to the intention and our goals for the next week to come. So the first question about the last week was, what is a moment that I really appreciated this past week? It was a hard week for me, honestly. It's getting hard to, I mean, our human nature is to never see the beautiful things, but it's really getting hard to see something good. I found it. When you force yourself to look, anything spending time with kids. When I said I got it, I realized that I am grateful, even though she's in the terrible twos, at least she's here, she's healthy, she's doing her little toddler things, and I should feel grateful that she's just being a normal baby girl doing her disasters every day. And one thing that came to me is her smile. I love her smile. There's something in her smile that it's like this innocence and this cuteness, like I don't know. And sometimes when I was like in a moment of stress, because I literally had a really, really, really rough week, and sometimes I was like in this moment of like shaking uncontrollably and about to have a panic attack. And then I would look at her and she would look at me and she would throw that smile that it was like, you know what I mean? So I did remember that, and I put that down. The next question will be a situation or task I handled well this past week. Seeing when I was about to have a panic attack and using the tools that I know. Um, as I said, last week was really, really emotional for me, and I was having a chronic anxiety last week, and I was able to feel that I was about to have a panic attack, and every time I felt that, I did things to help me get out of there, which it was something that before I didn't know how to handle and how to do it. So the fact that now I know how to handle those type of situations, I feel proud of myself. I also talk with somebody. One of the things that was messing me up was the fact that I was not sharing, not even with my best friends, what was going on. And when you live in a really hard situation and you don't like express it or say it, it's really hard. She wants to hide under the yoga mat. What you doing?
Nothing.
I see you doing something. Luna, where are you, mommy? So, what was the other thing I was able to handle well? Oh yeah, speaking out. Because when you don't say things, it accumulates inside you. And my situation, instead of getting better, it was getting worse. So the emotions were accumulating on a higher scale, and I was not handling my emotions. So, one thing I handled well. Taking action. You guys, these live streams really, really, really did help me last week. Like, that was one of the biggest distractions and helpers. Like, coming here to live stream and share what was going on, and having you guys like cheer me up and talk to me, ask me questions, and keep me distracted. Some of you even sent me emails to cheer me up and help me. And I'm really grateful for that, honestly. Um, Hi. You're so pretty. Thank you. Hi there. Barrera. I had another one and it skipped my mind. Oh, allowing myself to feel. To finally feel. Sometimes because of our ego, we don't allow, ego and our pride, we don't allow ourselves to feel. Something I realized or learned this past week. Woo-hoo-hoo, that's a lot. English live? Yes, this is a English live, Jenna. Sweetie, if you're watching the live stream, you know that the song in Spanish, especially Gasolina, is not going with the live stream. So, what is something I realized or learned this past week? Could I have made this last week even better if I could have made this week even better if? How could I have made this week even better? I think I think I think I lived exactly what I needed to live this week to be able. Hello from Nepal. I think I lived what I truly needed to live this week for me to be able to do what's next. Like usually I would say, okay, I could have done this better, done this better, done this better, but this week was like the total like down moment of my life, the total um it says you take a second to enjoy a moment in nature. Oh Maria. I've been dying to go to a trail. But in the afternoons it's so hot that I wanna go like later in the evenings, and in the evenings it's been raining. And right now it's looking like it's getting dark. Summer here, it's horrible. But that's one of my favorite things to do, go to nature, to be honest. So the next question will be something that could have helped me feel more connected to others. What is something that I could have done to make me feel more connected to others? One thing I will say is that I finally spoke and I finally, oh my God, Alaska. I've been dying to go there. Go offline, generally, no one's watching you. Look at this troll. Visiting Alaska and connect with nature and the people there. Oh my gosh. I do know people in Alaska that I would love to meet in person. My coach, she's from Alaska. So I would love to not meet her one day over there. Um, but yeah, I would love to go there one day. I would love to go there one day. What? Something that could have helped me. Okay, so what is something I could have done to help me feel more connected with others? I think this week I did good with that. I'm from Puerto Rico, but I live in the United States. Because, as I mentioned earlier, I was living a situation and I was not talking with anybody, not even my best friends. Hello, Selma. How you doing? I was not talking not even with my best friends, and that's one of the things that broke me inside and had me have my insane mental breakdown this week. And this week I was very chatty with my best friends again. I was talking with them every day or almost every day. I video call one of my best friends and we talked for like almost 4 hours. It was we call it a therapeutic session because we talk about so much, and I told her everything that was inside of me, and it was so therapeutic. So I think this week when it comes to my connection with others, it was okay. But if I could have done something better, maybe I should have called my other friend, because my other friend was only, one of them was only through text and voicemail. So maybe I could have a phone conversation with her. And the last question on the reflection of the week is gonna be what if I was my own high performance coach, I will tell myself this. If you ever go, hit me up. I have a plane and a cabin there. You will enjoy that experience. Oh my gosh. Love to set up for you. Aw, thank you. Thank you. Tandy, hi. Sean says visit Nepal. I wish. There's so many. The list doesn't end. There's so many places I wish I could visit. I went to Canada, fucking in love with it. I'm dying to go again with my kids. Costa Rica was a really, really beautiful place, nature-wise, beautiful food, freaking delicious. But I would like to visit new places. My daughter, she does have some Mexican roots, so I would like to go visit Mexico and have her learn about part of her, where she comes from. One of my wish is to visit the 50 states of the United States. Go to the other side of the world, like Greece, Africa, India, Thailand, Japan, Tokyo. Like if I could, oh my gosh, I would visit so many places. Here is another new place, Belize. I never ever have put Belize on my radar. Iceland and Greenland, that will be a dream. That will be a dream. Whew. So I have this chart. This is from Brandon Bouchard, by the way. And these are different levels, categories of your life. And basically, he makes you to rate yourself from 1 to 5 on each one of those things. So that way, when now you're gonna set the intention for the week, you can work on the things that you did not did well. When you don't ask yourself questions, you are not gonna get better at them. I'm noticing that every time I do live stream, I'm gonna ChatGPT and I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what this means. But every time I go live, my nose starts to itch. Anyway, so I'm gonna mention real quick the 12 things that you should rate yourself, because when you are intentional every week with those things, you will live a very fulfilled life. It's dark in here. Okay, clarity. I knew my why and live intentionally. Number 2, energy. I manage my mental and physical energy well. That's a very low one for me. Necessity. I felt it was a must to show up and excel. Productivity. I work on what matters the most. Number 5, influence. I guided or lifted others. Number 6, courage. I faced fears or took new action. Number 7, family. I supported and connected with my loved ones. Number 8, friends. I spent quality times or reach out. Number 9, mission. I lived my purpose and felt aligned. Number 10, finances. I managed or improved my financial life. 11, I pursue growth and stretch my mind. And number 12, spirituality. I felt connected to something greater. So on those 12, you basically gonna put a 1 from 1 to 5, 1 from very like 0 low, and 5 on how really, 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 really good. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Clarity. I just noticed a typo in my workbook that I need to fix. This was a really bad week, you guys. What are you doing? So we are reflecting. We are reflecting on the week that passed. And now we are going to set the intention for the next week to come. So right now I was asking you guys to score yourself from 1 to 5 on different levels of your life. Starting with clarity, energy, necessity, productivity, influence, courage, family, friends, mission, finance, learning, and spirituality. And the reason why you do this is because now that I see my score and this week was really not a good week, now I can like see that, you know what, I need to do better, where I need to do better. So now when I take the time to set my intentions for next week, I'm gonna be more intentional, because we are living on survival. Like, we wake up every day and let's just survive this day. Like, you don't wake up and you say, I want to feel this way, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, I can feel the energy. You are depressed. I feel, and I feel it's never get wrong. I am. And I have shared that, and I've been sharing that here with you guys. I basically had a really, really bad week. And my stress level, my entire day, I was shaking the entire week. And this is why I'm like, I am in a transformation on my life. I'm in a grieving process right now. And during July, I decided to do a 30-day challenge where I was gonna get my life together, not just physically by eating healthier, cooking at home, and not just like doing my workouts, which I totally did, and I've been losing weight. But I knew I needed to work with my mind and my heart, because I knew something was wrong. And sometimes for you to be able to pivot and redo your life, or whatever it is that you need to do in your life, you need to allow yourself to feel. In the last year of my life, I was struggling with a situation, and instead of that getting better, it was getting worse and worse and worse by the week. On top of living a situation that was getting worse as the week for a year, I was not talking with anybody. And that energy, emotions and feelings are energy, and that gets stuck in your body, and it will affect you either with physical illness or mental illness, but it will affect. And the water was brewing all this time. And last week I literally had a mental breakdown, because I been allowing myself to feel. I allow myself to feel. And one of the best ways I can explain this is that I was going through a breakup. I had a breakup this week that passed. And because this person has hurt me so bad, I did not want to allow myself to either miss him, to love him, because he doesn't deserve it. So I am punishing myself by not letting me feel whatever I truly needed to feel, to get that out of my body. And I, as a health and wellness coach, I knew that I need to feel. So this month has been feeling, crying. I've been crying a lot this week. And healing, it's not beautiful. This healing process that I've been going through this month, I lost my vision. I lost my passion. I felt that I had something stuck in my mouth and I couldn't speak up. I couldn't be myself. Like, this is me, this is what I post, this is my values, this is my beliefs. And everything, I feel that everything was taken away from me. And that did not help either. So one of the things that I lost was my passion for what I do. I lost my passion in my health and wellness coaching, in the type of content that I share. I was not doing my live streams anymore. And when I was doing live stream, it was not intentional or purposeful. Like, it was just me over here talking, but there was nothing valuable behind my live streams. You know, this process, when the people will go depression, that means you are changed, but change in your way. It is like making you strong, and when you like through your life, you have to like stress in your warm, you don't have any stress. Your brain, it's giving like signal it's a depressed, but actually it is a peace. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like when a person, the best way I can explain what was happening to me this week is, you know, when a person that has a drug addiction, when they go to rehab, the first days and week, it's rough. They are shaking, they are losing control, their nervous system, it's all over the place, they're throwing up. You are detoxifying your body. And I was detoxifying my body of all these emotions that I had inside me because I was not even talking with my best friends. And that's the other thing that happened this week. I finally speak up and I talk with my best friend, and I finally told somebody what was going on top of me having to sit down and had a heartbreaking conversation with my partner. So this week was really rough because I was detoxifying. I think this is why I was having chronic anxiety and stress, and I was shaking all day long, and I did had a breakdown. Mommy. So yeah, but it also cleared my mind. It gave me some, I feel light. I'm still in pain, yes, of course, but I feel lighter. I feel supported. I feel lighter. And I have more clarity on what I need to do, what needed to be done. It is scary. My life has changed, and it's not going where I thought it was gonna go. So I'm in that like worried, but at the same time trying to trust the universe and that I have what it takes, and this is it. This is what I needed to happen for me to finally achieve my goals and live my purpose. And we have like one lesson to care about ourselves. I feel that's something that happened. Like, I feel that I needed to acknowledge this person feelings, but every time I try to put mine, it was no. And there is something called reactive abuse, and this is when a person feels it's like when you're poking somebody, and finally that person loses it. And last week when I had my mental breakdown, the pot of rice flied all over the kitchen. So now I am the bad person because I finally exploded. And the only thing that it's worth seeing here, it's my explosion, the way I reacted. But it doesn't matter why. Why I felt this way, why I did something that is so out of my character. They didn't care. The person did not care about how I felt, about what was inside me, that it took me to do something that is out of character. No, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is I did something wrong, and that's it. Let's acknowledge that I did this is wrong, and that's it. So I do feel that I wasn't, how do you say it? My feelings didn't matter. What I wanted didn't matter. It had to be what this person wanted, and that's it. So now that we know all of those things, now that we have reflected about what happened, we know what happened, why it happened, how we can change that. So let's set the goal for next week. my intention for this week is, what is my intention? Gain control. I think I need to gain control of my life. I need to gain control of my life. I hadn't control of my life. I felt like I had a thing that was not allowing me to be myself, speak, act as my true authentic self. And it's funny because if you have watched, if you have watched the beginning of my reading, I did a energy reading, and the card that came out was the moth, and it meant death. And when I read the meaning of that, it meant that I needed to, I was in a process of letting the life that I thought I was gonna have go, so I could have a new one. And yeah, I know that's the term that it is, but I don't want to use it because then I'm going to sound like this cruel person. But I know that's what it is. My top 3 priorities for this week: get ready to back to school. Okay, so my priorities for this week will be, I think I need to get organized. I need to get organized mentally, physically, businessly. In life. So organize my home, organize my business, organizing life. One self-care promise I will keep. Keep speaking your truth. You know your story. You know what you live. You know how you felt. And don't allow anybody else to take that away from you. How about my addiction? 70 and moving on. I'm not sure about the question. 70 and moving on. Hi from, I don't know what country is that flag from. I try to look that, I mean, is that a book or, I'm not sure, but I try to look for that and I couldn't find it. Surah Rahman in Quran. I thought it was a book, so I tried to look at it as a book and I couldn't find it, so I'm not sure what or where I can read that. I want to feel. How do I want to feel this week? Oh, totally not what I felt this one the past. I want to feel. I want to feel. I want to feel. I want to feel. Okay. You are a recurring person. Okay. I mean, if at least you're like, I think that's a beautiful thing that you are aware that there was something you needed help and you're recovering from. And I applaud you for that. It's not easy. It's not easy when you have to admit something's wrong, I need help. Or, we live in a world where the ego and the pride is so high that we only hurting ourselves. Don't worry, be happy. I think what I went through was some type of detoxifying, like emotion. Like there were so many emotions inside me, and because I was allowing myself to feel, cry, speak things that I couldn't speak, say things that I was scared to say. Now that those things are finally getting out of my body, I was detoxifying my body, and I was like in constant stress, anxiety, like it was insane. You are so beautiful, girl. What your boyfriend left you. It's not that he left me, it's just that we noticed that we are extremely different. Extremely different. And I know there's a phrase that say opposite poles attract, but in this case it was not in that way. Like the vision, of the values of like everything, how I see a marriage, how I see family, how I see a team, financial, everything was the complete opposite. He doesn't know how to work as a team. He doesn't know how to work together. He doesn't know that when you are two, you need to meet halfway. It always has to be him on top. He's the one. It's his decisions. And if one thing doesn't go according to him, then everything has been going according to me. An example. Oh, give me a second. What happened? What happened? Okay, here it is. Yeah. Okay. So what I was saying. So yeah. Oh, another thing how the complete opposites attract did not work here is that my vision when it comes to career and jobs and certain beliefs are very different than him. And before I met him, I used to share certain type of content, right? I used to post certain type of content. And when I met him at the beginning, he didn't care, he supported and everything. But now it's like, you throwing shade at me, you throwing shade at me, you throwing shade at me, you diminishing me or my job or whatever. And it's like, but you knew that these are my beliefs and this is the type of content that I share. So why now I can't? And it came to the point where I felt that I was putting something in my mouth and I couldn't be myself anymore. I couldn't speak my values, my beliefs, my spirituality. He came to a point where he would like, I couldn't even say anything when he would roll his eyes like, what the fuck? And like, that's bullshit. When at the beginning it was not like that. So it was a lot. And I'm not saying that he's a bad person, but when you are meeting somebody, be your authentic self. Don't pretend to like or be something so that way you like that person. Or that it's like me pretending to like his interests so that way he can like me. But at the end of the day, if we living together and we get married, we're gonna realize that we're not the same. And we're gonna struggle and we're gonna have a failed marriage, and we did all this work for nothing when you could just have been your authentic self from the beginning, and we could have avoided all this headache. And he wanted me to like him so bad that he was pretending to like and be and agree with things, that eventually when I moved here and became to live with him, then he started to actually showing me what he likes and doesn't like. And yeah, it was too much for me. Okay, yes, Jeremy, where are we going for a honeymoon? Huh? I think it's some kind of evil eye and spell. What do you think it's an evil eye and spell? I'm lost. Compatibility is everything. It is. Zodiac sign what? You need to write a book. I could. From my childhood, I was abandoned by my birth mom. She just signed the papers to my dad and take the girls. I don't want them. I had relationships with men that had addiction to drugs, addiction to alcohol, emotionally and physically abusive. I dated a guy that was very, very, very dark. I struggled with depression once. I did had some panic attacks where I wanted to hurt myself. There's a lot that I could write about. After four kids, you both realize you are not made for each other. I don't think there's gonna be, and that's the other thing. We have made believe that we need to be in a relationship to be happy, and I spent 8 years single before I met him, and I was so happy. I did not want it, and I did not need it anybody. But then people start like, you're gonna find the one. You're gonna see one day you're gonna find the guy that's gonna love you with your kids, because I was a single mom of 4. That you're gonna find a man that is gonna love you and accept you with your kids. Don't worry, that man is out there. And then when you finally meet a man that it's okay with your 4 kids, you're like, oh yeah, everybody told that I needed to have a man, so now I am. And I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be married. I don't want to live with a man ever again. Like, I don't want it. I'm not saying I would not like to meet somebody, but it's gonna be hard because I would love for him to stay on his side. I don't want to be judged or shot again. Don't listen to I learned now. I knew I did not need to listen to people, but this was definitely the last lesson that I needed. Where's my charger? This was definitely a lesson, you guys. Okay, let me finish. It's funny, I know a lot of ladies that were done with men around 40. It's just we live in such a different time that it's like, you're so innocent. Dude, I'm almost 40. I had enough. it's just we live in such a different time. And I don't know. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. Okay, I imagine this week flowing like. We all need spiritual help in all stages in our life. Even when we think we're okay, we will always need spiritual help. I chose to let go of. I chose to let go of. Oh, I choose to let go of. I know what I want to say, but the words is not coming to me. And away. You want that? You want some? Give me a second. You want some? Come on. Sorry. Mom, do this. I'm back. What your date of birth? I am a Pisces. Weird question. On your workout video, the door was on the other side. It probably has to do with the setup of the camera. I thought it looked in the same place. I was looking the video yesterday because next week I'm going to work with this setup, and I was looking at the video yesterday, and something I noticed that it looked crowded. Like, it's crazy because when I look at it from here, from my living room, it looked okay, but when I looked the workout video yesterday, I was like, it looks crowded. So I'm going to change the background. I mean, I think it looks in the same place. It looks on this side, and that's where the door is. I am very small. I'm actually 4'11". So I am small. Everything's big. Like finding dress for you will barely see me wearing a dress, and I love dresses. But my problem is that because I am so small, even when the dress is supposed to be short, it's long. And if I wear a long dress, it's gonna make me look more small, and I hate it. So finding a dress that is short, but I still look elegant, it's hard. Okay, somebody said, I am glad you bounced back from being depressed before and just focusing on you and your family. I think what happened with this breakup and all that stuff is that when you try to look the good at something bad that is happening, I feel like all of these that it's happening to me is exactly what I needed to like get my shit done when it comes to my career. Like I always this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to work from home. I wanted to create my online business about health and wellness and coaching. And one of the things I wanted to do is to help other people to cope and heal from any, like in this case, mental illness and stuff like that. I was there, I healed, and then I lost myself. And I think I needed to go through this process of losing myself to confirm that this is how you do it, this is how you get out of it, so I can live this process again. And I could not feel like, who am I to share this? Because I lived this once and I did it, that maybe I was lucky. And now that I'm putting all these tools to work again, I'm realizing that I'm not just like, I just got lucky the first time. Like I do have what it takes to get out of a really dark place. And I do have what it takes to be able to help somebody to thrive and live a beautiful life, because I was in a point of my life where I did not even want to live it. And then I was so grateful every single day for life. And it's a beautiful feeling. You need spiritual healing. Oh, yes, I do. I feel, and it's funny, I don't like to talk about these topics very much. I grew in a family where we never talk about these topics, so I'm still like feeling awkward when I talk about it. But let's just on the top to talk about it. Our bodies, our temples, and this is an energetic body, an energetic thing. And I spent a lot of years not dating, not even allowing a guy to touch me, because I knew that we absorbs the other person energy. And we live in a world where right now where it is okay to have fun and just have your needs met, even if it's a stranger. Like, girl, have fun. You want that, you're gonna get married, you're gonna be with the same dude. But what they don't tell is that you are absorbing that person's energy. And like I mentioned earlier, I dated a person that it was really, really, really dark person. And after I dated him and was with him, I started to see things in my body that it was not normal. It was not okay. I was bleeding on a way that it scared the heck and bob out of me. And that's when my depression started, my panic attack started, and my wanted to do something to myself feeling started. And it's funny because somebody once approached me and told me, you slept with a demon, when I was going through that phase of my life. And I feel like I did not cleanse my body from that. So literally last week I went to ChatGPT and I asked, what, mama? So anyway, I went to ChatGPT and I asked for some what I could do to cleanse my body again. And I think that's one of the processes that I've been going on healing, not just mentally, but like healing my body from everything I did, like the partying, the sex life, and everything that I did that instead of helping me to keep my body healed, I just destroyed my energetic body. Lots of love from Nepal. Yes. Tú eres una luchadora. Thank you. Gracias, gracias. Hello, princess. Hello there. So, I chose to call in. The last question of the exercise that I was doing is I chose to call in. Go to church. I don't think I need to go to church. Whatever I have, it's within me. I healed once and I did it without going to a church. Whatever I need, it's within me. Use holy water. It's crazy how in some places it's nighttime and some places it's daytime. It's about to be 2 o'clock in a few minutes in here. 2 p.m. I chose to call in. Affirm yourself with kindness. What do you need to hear this week? I never heard about Antalya. 1111. ChatGPT did tell me about the salt water. So some of the things that I can do, it's a nervous system healing practice, and it gave me the tools. Journal prompts, a dream rewriting ritual, energy clearing, and a track pattern. Oh wait, this is for my dreams. Wait, where is the other one? Now I cannot find. Maybe it's this one. I'm looking for. Oh, I think this is it. My find is on ChatGPT. So what happens energetically when you sleep with someone dark? In spiritual and energetic terms, sexual intimacy is an energetic exchange, not just physical pleasure. When you share your body with someone, you also open your energetic field. That means you absorb some of their energetic imprint. You may take on their emotion, wounds, or darkness. You lower your chakras. Your lower chakras can become unbalanced or even invaded. And number 4, you can feel disconnected from yourself, confused, anxious, depressed, or experience physical symptoms, which in your case, they were very real and intense. So yes, it's possible that your body and your soul were responding to a very dark energy, not necessarily because of who he was on the surface, but because of what he carried within him. That's why it's important to not go with just anybody. I got it. I got it. Thank you. Hello.
Can't open it.
No, deja eso. Wow, you're beautiful. That was from ChatGPT. So this is what I said. This is very personal, but someone told me that I slept with a demon. At the time, I was struggling with depression, panic attacks, and I had moments of hurting myself. I was seeing somebody who was really dark in sexual needs and other stuff, and I started to bleed really bad every time I was having intercourse. I was literally bleeding like somebody was stabbing me and I was bleeding out. Could he be that demon? And what happens to a woman when she sleeps with a demon? And how can she heal and cleanse her body? So ChatGPT answer was, thank you for sharing this, such a vulnerable and painful chapter. Luna, stop. Of your story, what you went through was incredibly traumatic and so powerful that you are here now, seeking clarity, healing, and deeper understanding. Let's hold this conversation with compassion and respect and truth. So first, let's ground this. What you describe sounds like a deeply abusive and harmful relationship, physically, emotionally, sexually, and spiritual. Whether or not we call him a demon, his presence in your life clearly brought you pain, darkness, and disconnect from your own light. Sometimes people use spiritual language like your sleep with a demon as a way to describe someone who carry a very dark energy, predatory, manipulative, and destructive. It doesn't always mean literally a supernatural entity, but rather but rather someone who has become a vessel for pain, toxicity, and even evil. So what happens energetically when we sleep with someone else, with somebody dark, which I just described you real quick, and then he gave me like, how can a woman heal and cleanse after that kind of encounter? You're not dirty, you're not broken, and you are not to blame. But your spirit may need cleansing, realignment, and reclaiming. So here is a healing path I will gently suggest. Physical and energetic cleansing, and he gave me some tips, including the salt bath, yoni steam, and detox the body gently. And when it talks to detox, we're talking about like real, like warm lemon water, herbal teas, and nourishing our body with whole foods, and the yoni steam and the salt water. So that will be physically and energetically cleansing your body. Number two, womb healing and energetic cord cutting. You're not to reconnect with your womb. What does she want to tell you? Like, go to your I don't know what chakra area is this, but basically like we connect with your side of that side of your body and figure out what it's telling you and how does it want to feel. And then you have to do a cord cutting meditation to release him from your energetic field. I have heard about that, and I want to learn more about it, because energetic cord is something that you, even when you wake up or cut a relationship with somebody, the energetic cord that you have with them is still there. And that is not just with a partner, it could be with, like in my case, a ex-friend, my birth mom. Like if I don't intentionally cut that energetic cord with somebody, it's still gonna be there. And use an affirmation like, my body is mine, energy, and my energy is sacred. I call my power back. Number three, chakra realignment. Focus especially on the root and sacral chakra. That's the one I was looking for. And your solar plexus. Movement like hip circles, any dance, or yin yoga. It's incredibly helpful. It also gave me number four, spiritual and intuitive practices. Call an angelic or spiritual support. Use crystals like obsidian, black tourmaline, or selenium. Those are the best crystals for cleansing your body. And light a candle and speak, I release any energy that is not mine. I invite peace and wholeness into my body. And number five will be trauma-informed therapy and support, which is very important. A deep healing to work with a therapist, a coach, or a spiritual healer will understand trauma and energies, and your nervous system will need to feel safe again. And you will need to reclaim your voice, your worth, and your sacred no. I belong to Muslim family, but I really like to help. You are one family, and I read the honeymoon of. Hello to everybody who's new in here. I will write a depth vlog / guide about this, and I will give a deep dive on every step that it needs to be taken. And I will also provide links, like in this case where it's giving you the crystals, then I will give you some links for you to be able to get the crystals, the salts that you need, your journal prompts. I will give the cord cutting meditation guide. I will give them everything in my website. What the hell? Lana! toilet brush inside her food. Hello. So we finished. We finished with this. So now I need to plan this week. I will say I did have a very productive week. I got a lot of things done. Shannon, ¿tú sabes what? Vamos, vamos, no. Mira, hey, go. Now. Okay. So I'm looking at the workout video because I want to like figure out what do I need to get better. I need better lighting. I need curtains to block the backlight. And definitely film for my phone because the quality video from this camera is terrible. I recorded from my laptop. You better do modeling. I think I'm gonna leave the live stream here because I want to keep the live stream separate. I want to keep the live stream from the energetic reading separate from regular chatting. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this live stream here, and I will probably log in a little bit later. So yeah, we will do this energetic reading every week. I don't know if I'm gonna do it here on YouTube, but we're definitely gonna do the energetic reading every day, either YouTube or my other social media platforms. So anyway,